There I am. Sorry, everyone had it facing the wrong way. So, as you can see, the crowd have moved down to Downing Street and they are in fine voice. So, there isn't that many people here actually today. I expected more people, it's probably only about 30 or 40 people, but they're in fine voice and they're obviously all supporters of Julian Assange and a free press. Now, thank you, Big Baddies with us. Very kind of you. Appreciate that. Every little help, a little bit of help. Let's just try and move up the road so it's getting a bit crowded down here. So I can. I'm going to take my bag with me because if I leave that to one side, then they'll probably think I'm dropping a bomb off or something like that. And to get arrested, I don't want to do that. So yeah, they've moved down to Downing Street now. The protesters have, and there's probably about between 30 people. I would have thought they've moved down here. Now it's going to be a long day. I'm going to be covering the whole thing. There's a press conference at the Crypt on the Green at 5 o'clock. And some of the speakers from the imperialism on trial tonight, George Galloway, etc. I'm not sure whether he's going to be there at the press conference, but they have said that they're obviously going to be speakers there at the press conference. Whether George Galloway will be there, I don't know. I will be to cover it. Please hit the likes, guys. 7 to 28 watch. It really does help. It really, really does help. So I'm going to move down so you can see a little bit more of what's going on. As you can see, it's right outside Downing Street. It's the first time I've been here. It's the first time I've been here. First time I've been really up close with any of Buckingham Palace today as well, and seeing all the nonsense outside there. I must admit. It was kind of just weird. 2019 and we're still having these beefeaters march up and down and, you know, all the pomp and ceremony and the cost, and then you look at how much it costs to run these things and how it's all coming out of the public's purse, and then we've got people living on the street and, you know, homelessness is at massive high rates, and also at the same time they're silencing journalists who are exposing the crimes of these people. Julian Assange, he's that person, obviously. Assange's life is in our hands. I've just seen the chat come up. Yes, it certainly is, and that's why I'm here. Not that special, really, is it, down the street? Bunch of tossers in it, I can say that much. There's a few people down here I'm going to try and get an interview with later. There's an ex-Icelandic MP who's here, who I dropped a video of him talking actually earlier. Sorry, I didn't put his name in. It's Icelandic. I don't know how to spell it yet. I'll have to get that information when I talk to him, if I can get a chat with him. But there are a few other people. I want to speak to Gregory Sharkey as well, if I can, who's organised these imperialism on trial events. Which I think are very important to try and get the message out, really, that we're being lied to. We're being lied to by the media, and because we're being lied to by the media, then, you know, the imperialistic machine and the empire can just continue unabated. I mean, they literally dragged the journalist out of his political asylum a few months ago and slapped him in prison. I mean, if we do that, then nobody has any human rights if they can be taken away. And they took his human rights away. They've tortured him for 7 years. All the while, the media, of course, have cheered it on. And they've been the cheerleaders for it. They've, you know, talked about rape in every single headline they possibly can, knowing that this is what the establishment do. The establishment smear people that they don't like. And especially with rape, if you look back, there are other instances of it. Maybe I'll get to that at a different time. But, you know, this is what they've done. The media have cheered it on. And now, all of a sudden, they've gone ahead and, you know, trying to get him extradited. He's now in the Supermax prison. Excuse me, my hand was getting tired. Yeah, he's in the Supermax prison. The fact that the media haven't been shouting about it, and now all of a sudden they're saying, oh, it would be bad it would be bad for, you know, freedom of the press, and it would be bad for free speech. It's like, well, this is what his supporters have been telling you for 7 years, and for 7 years they've been cheering it on. You know, this is not on, this is why we have to hold them accountable. I personally think that, you know, the media is who we need to focus our attention on. I don't think we need to focus our attention on these people. I think we need to focus it on the media, because the media are spineless. And if we get in their faces and we accuse them of doing what they have done, and that's, you know, putting free speech on trial and just sitting back and letting it happen and cheerleading it on, then maybe, just maybe, those spineless bastards will change their minds. I've been studying the media quite a bit over the last years, and I can tell you, they are spineless. The slightest whiff that, oh, wait a minute, you know, their trough won't be filled, or the people with the pitchforks are going to come for them, then, you know, there's going to be trouble, isn't there? So I'm here, I'm covering this. These people are behind me, are all protesting on behalf of free speech and freedom of the press, and I for one think it's great, and I'm down here to cover it. Now I'm going to be covering the imperialism on trial press conference at 5 o'clock, and obviously I'll be there at 7 o'clock tonight as well. I was there last night. I'm going to be doing videos about this when I get back to Wolverhampton and talking about all the great people who were there, and maybe reaching out to a few of them and trying to get interviews with them. I obviously can't do interviews while I'm down in London via Skype, etc., but I can do when I get home, so stay tuned for them. In the meantime, I suppose I'm going to end it here with these great protesters. Go on, buddy, go on. And we'll move on at 5 o'clock to the press conference. I'll cover that. And in between time, if I can, I'll maybe get some interviews with people who have organised these events and some of the great people here. Till then, peace, take care.